Hey guys, thought about bringing you my season 15 attack div draft breakdown. So we're gonna jump right into it. I got the second overall pick, and I picked Terra Gouging Fire. If you've played ladder at all, you know this thing is a pain in the ass to deal with when the setup sets, especially the fat ones and the Terra on certain Sun teams. And you also know that the banded set, as you probably see some of the calcs, can do silly things like two-shot Dondozo with Flare Blitz. Yeah, so I think this is a mod we're going to regret making allowing to Terra pretty soon, but hopefully I can take advantage of that for this season at least. From there, I kind of knew I wanted to do Sun, so I was really hoping I can get Torkoal at least, maybe Walking Lake as well if I got really lucky. And as you can tell on the screen, I was fortunate enough to get both. Now, Walking Lake, I was not able to Terra. I didn't have enough points overall for what I wanted to have in the team, but it's still really strong. It can be fast, it can be even stronger if I want to do special attack boosting. Flip turn is technically momentum to bring in things like Gouging Fire and some other threats on the team. And overall, just a really powerful mon and can help wear down shared checks of the Gouging Fire. And then, of course, Torkoal is basically a requirement for some teams. I know Ninetales exists. Ninetales is not good. Just run Torkoal. You get spin, you get rocks, you get all the fun stuff. So, from there, it was time to get support to help either set up for fire, help breaking, or other cleaners. So, speaking of Ninetales, I picked up a Alolan Ninetales. So, it might seem a little weird to have a Helmon on the Sun team. One, you don't have to run Snow Warning. You can run Snow Cloak on it and take advantage of Sun for things like Weather Ball, Freeze Dry for the water types that come in on Wake, and Gouging Fire. Still got fun utility and Nasty Paw and Encore. And if yes, I really want to, I can go ahead, put up Aurora Veil, and then bring in Torkoal and set up behind it with things like Fire or some of the other mons I have. Overall, giving good support for the team. It's not required to do the snow stuff. It can do the snow stuff though, and you can just do fun stuff. I always have fun playing with Ninetale because it's always a treat and it always performs way better than I expected to. From there, I was trying to get some defensive stuff, so I picked up Screamtail. Photosynthesis, defensive mon, so I can do physically defensive, especially defensive. You get a fat pivot, got witch options. I can run rocks on it, so Torkoal up the mood slot. U-turn's good. You can wish, encore. It could run faster sets like encore too, kind of like an Iron Valiant budget almost. Yeah, so that's kind of Screamtail. It does what it does. It's not really offensive, but it's not here to be. And then we picked up Ditto. Kind of an early Ditto, but I like Ditto in draft, and I especially like it with more open Terras like we have, where there's a bunch of really high-powered Terramons that it can come in and revenge kill, get all the setup sweepers. Since our team is, if something else beats our team, we don't have a way to deal with that, so we want Ditto to come in and help with that problem, and I'll take other threats. Someone's got a Latios, now I have a Latios. Someone's got Chain Pal, I now have a Chain Pal. Chiyu and Sun, well, guess who else got Chiyu and Sun? This guy. That's basically the point of Ditto. It's here to just annoy opponents in prep and take their mons and use it against them. On top of them having the prep for all my Sun threats. So at this point, I think I was what? One, two, three, four, six. So the seventh pick I got was Roaring Moon because that was somehow still around. Can't Terra it, but it still can use DD with real items now in Sun and get booster that way. It can just run banded sets. It's a disgusting mon that can do disgusting things and can support things like Wake and Gouging Fire really well. It and Gouging Fire can either just break for each other or one sets up the sweeps and just or just double break and they can do some really disgusting damage and things. So at this point, you might notice I'm a little fairy weak, and I need more bulk a little bit. And my only rocker still is Screamtail, which probably doesn't want to run rock all the time, and Torkoal, who really doesn't want to stay in as much as possible. So I picked up Bronzong. It's a levitating steel type with rocks. It has future sight and some fun things like that. Heat proof could be kind of some tech for certain matchups if it needs to have an extra little fire padding. Overall, levitate's good. Proof can be fun. Good mon. Lots of fun things you can do with it. Kind of a weird shared typing with Psychic with Screamtail, but that's okay. We can work with that some of the other mons. And it can do some fun things for me and should be fun to mess around with. So from there, I picked up Gligar. Gligar's not very good this gen. The Lost Roost doesn't get Poison Heal like Gligar, or Glisor, excuse me, but it does still get Spikes, T-Spikes, Rocks, U-Turn, all this stuff. Plus only 2 points. 2 point grounded, ground flying type. So it could be good against non-Terra Electrics. It's decent against ground types. Gets the surprising number of hits, pivot around. Just a nice little bulky pivot that can maybe accept some hazard or two, knock off an item, do some silly things like that. And then the last couple mons I wound up picking up to round out the team, I picked up from Kelder. It is defog. My team does again only have removal Torkoal and Conkeldurr because Gligar does not get defog this gen, so that's a little uncomfortable, but you can do that. Guts Wall Breaker, Iron Fist is still good. Sheer Force is random, it can do things. It can run real items like Assault Vest, like Girder, things like that. And then Victory Bell. So I went with the Victory Bell Conkeldurr setup over, well, they're considering like maybe a Venusaur and Girder setup because I didn't like the knockoff and running real items sounds fun. Yeah. It's Terra Victory Bell too, so I can Terra it into like fire and get stab on fire. Weather Ball, Sucker Punch, Knockoff, Growth. It's a chlorophyll sweeper. It does what it does. Not as sold on as I would be on Venusaur, but that's also why it's cheaper. So we'll see how it winds up going and go from there. So that's kind of the team. It's kind of just your standard Sun team with some random stuff thrown on it. I do think it's a little hazard weak because it is relying on Torkoal and Conk to do it all. Certain ground problems, certain fairies really can give it problems. But we'll see how it goes. It'll be fun build with. And thanks for watching, and see you all next week for week 1.